I love our sunsets in California as a general rule. I really love this time of day. And because of the Los Angeles fires, it has kind of sparked up the orange glow. So this particular sunset was amazing. It was amazingly orange and golden. And I couldn't help but just walk around and take in all the little orange golden bits. It was stunning. It was so crazy to think that these devastating fires in Los Angeles are also creating this beautiful, almost red hue in our sky, kind of an eerie feeling in some ways, beautiful in others. As I was taking it in, look at all of these high wires. I have looked at these high wires for 27 years that I've lived here. This has been my view. I used to hate them. Guess what? I love them now. I love these wires. They are part of my view. It is where I was planted, and I have grown to love them. And I took it all in. I was taking it all in. Being in these moments, it's a gift. And I don't ever want to forget it. Hi. It is day 4 in a row that I'm recording. I had to think about it. Maybe it's 5. Maybe it's 5. I don't even know. But this week I'm on a roll, and I will take these off because there might be a glare. I'm sitting by the beautiful light of the window. And I am, I guess, on a roll of recording. I've had a busy week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was quite busy, and I filmed all 3 of those days, I believe, even though they were filled with things that I was doing. And then I shared them here with you on this channel and made short films of the time that I was having and stuff like that. But I've just been on a roll, and I'm like, I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to go with the momentum, because if you want to watch, you will. And if you don't, you won't. But I was just kind of reflecting on my week, sitting here at the kitchen island this morning. I was drinking my coffee out of my good old Create Everyday mug. And I was doing day 3 of my Bible study. I'm still on a roll, one day at a time instead of cramming it in one day. And feeling pretty good. It's a Friday here, and they're getting the fires under containment. And while there's still lots of devastation and lots of loss, it's in times like these that we see communities come together, and we see a lot of beauty, like I mentioned yesterday, in the devastation. It shows that people are loving, and people are kind, and people are generous. And as a rule, we have more good in the world than bad. We really do. But for some reason, we tend to focus on the bad. And so all this is happening in real time here for me. And as I was reflecting this morning, drinking my coffee, thinking about my week, I thought about my visit with my aunt and cousin, and my aunt made a comment about, I think there was a sign in the restaurant that we got our takeout at that said something about bloom where you're planted, something like that. And I've loved that saying forever, because it's really important to bloom where you're planted. And she said, I wish I had a button that said that. And she talked about her button, and as it, how do you say the saying? Anyway, I have a button maker because my firstborn and his partner got me a button maker for Christmas. So I have a button maker, and I can make her a button that says, bloom where you're planted. But more importantly, and I don't know if it's just because of my age or because I'm an INFP or just who I am. I really think about things very in-depthly. And I also remember a lot of things, and I don't let things go. And I don't know, all these things. But her seeing that sticker and her talking about that phrase brought me back to where I have been planted. And I want to bloom where I have been planted. This is going to go in a lot of different directions because that's how my mind operates. And I never script anything. So I don't even know what I'm going to say. But I did not want this house that we're living in. It was supposed to be a stepping stone to bigger and better things. We bought what we referred to as the crack house on the street, the ugliest house in the neighborhood. I've spoke on it in other videos. I would love to dig up old photographs so I could show you what this house looks like, but they're in the garage in boxes, and I really need to it would take a lot of time, but I will eventually find them and show you because you will find it so interesting how we have turned this house into a home and we have bloomed where we were planted. And that's just breaking it down to this bubble of who we are and our house and this kind of stuff. But on a bigger scale, I didn't choose where I got to be born. My great-grandparents, as I explained in the my great-grandma's coffee cup episode, that my great-grandparents came from Oklahoma during the Dust Bowl, and they were farmers. And if you know anything about the Grapes of Wrath, the book, the movie, all that stuff, those were my grandparents, my great-grandparents, who I actually got to meet and know and spend time with. I believe I was 20 when my great-grandmother passed away. So that's a good amount of time I got to spend with her. And I spent summers at their house, and my great-grandmother actually raised my mom. So I have a lot of good memories regarding them, and I feel so blessed that I got to know them. However, they were very brave, and they drove their old car packed up. I don't even know all the history and story. I really wish I did, because when you're young, you don't ask a lot of questions like that. You're there, and you don't really know how they got there, and I didn't have a lot of questions. But they came to Northern California and started again. Because they couldn't farm in Oklahoma with all the dust and all that stuff. It just wasn't possible. It was a devastating time in their lives and in this country. And, they thought the world was ending and all those things because bad things were happening. But anyway, they came to Northern California and they made a home. They built a home and they had their own garden, and they had a life, and they had children, and those children was my grandpa, and I'm just losing all track of thought. But anyway, I did not get to choose where I was born. They came here, they started their family, and then a lot of their children came down this way to the LA region, and more specifically the South Bay, and they started their families here. And I was born in the South Bay. I was born in a place called Harbor City, and I was raised in Southern California. And my whole life has been here. I don't know anything different. I don't know how to drive in the snow. I don't know what it's like to have really cold weather. I only know Southern California because it's where I was planted. And it just brings up an interesting topic. I'm going to pause for a moment. I just need to take a pause because, again, I hope I pressed the record button. Why do I question myself? Because so many times I make mistakes and I think I'm recording and I'm not. So I really have to check this because I can't get it out of my head. Am I recording? Let's see. I am. Okay. See how I doubt myself? I really do. And I've been doing this almost every video. I'm losing my mind. I'm like, oh gosh, because I'm scatterbrained, okay? That is a part of me that I just, it's who I am. I misplace things. I forget things. I leave cupboards open. I leave lights on. Yes, I am that person. And it drives Motorcycle Man crazy. And he's a little bit of that person too. We're like different ADHD people, off track as usual. But it brought me to going back to where I was born. This is like, sorry guys, this is my brain. This is how it works. And thank you for understanding. And just take a moment. Take a moment. Because I also didn't want to say guys. I wanted to say you. So many things to work on. Do you notice I'm working on those things? Like when I say the word just, I try not to say that. And should and all these words that I'm trying to work on taking out of my language so I can be a better person. I'm working on it. Anyway, last week I put up a video and I explained the name of this channel because I think it can be confusing. It's called Life in the Wild West. And for a stranger, they might see the name of my channel and think, does this person live on a ranch? Does this person, are they a cowgirl? Something like that. It just got in my brain. And so I wanted to explain it. And I titled the video something to that effect. Like I'm a West Coast gal, not a cowgirl. Something to that effect. I can't even remember the exact name of the way I titled it. But I got a new viewer, I'll just say, someone I had never seen on my channel before. Because what I feel on my channel is a lot of you down there in the comments, I start to recognize you, your name. I get to know you because of some back and forth conversations we have in the comments. And I basically, all that to say, I know my viewers. And when there's a new face or a new profile picture or new name, I'm like, this isn't anyone I've ever seen before. This is someone new. And they left a comment. And I do realize as a content creator, we're going to get some mean, terrible comments, but it wasn't even in the held tab. It was boom, right there, published immediately whenever they pushed send. And when I went to go read my comments to respond to my comments, I saw this one and I'm putting it here on the screen. Because if they're bold enough to leave it, I'm bold enough to share it, although I will not share their name. And the comment reads this. Hopefully you'll learn. Let's start again. Hopefully you'll learn sooner rather than later that Texas doesn't like crazy ideas from the West Coast. Well, maybe in Austin they do, but I guess if you want to live an exciting lives in the state that is not shy about packing heat and using it as long as, no, let's say that different. In a state that is not shy about packing heat and using it as long as you're respectful and don't think you'll have any issues. Okay, I don't have the gift of reading, okay? I don't think you'll have any issues. Hopefully you're not a Karen. What? Okay, I am a highly sensitive person. So when I read the comment, no joke, my body reacted. My heart started pounding fast. I felt like it was almost like a threat. I was like, what on earth? I started to respond. I started to defend myself. And then I thought, okay, no. Delete. I deleted my words and I thought the best response is no response. However, I left the comment up. I could have deleted it. Yes, I could have, but I left it up. And Kathleen bless your heart, Kathleen. And I don't say that in a negative way of blessing your heart. I really, truly mean it. Sometimes people think that's, not, they don't like the way that comes off. But she came to my defense because she knows me and she loves me as a person. And she came to my defense and she started questioning this person. Like, why are you leaving these kinds of comments and you don't even know her? She said, and where does Karen, how did they come up with that? Why are you a Karen? I don't understand. I guess they had to pick a name and it was Karen, but anyway, we all know what that means. And she said, you're not a Karen. She's not a Karen. And she just was so sweet and kind to defend me. And he tried to apologize, but even his apology wasn't very nice. It was kind of like, oh, well, basically sad for me because I live here in California. He's sad for me. And I thought, wow, that is just, first of all, not kind and not at all what my channel represents. And I don't need viewers like that. I really don't. I do not need people like that trolling my channel and saying negative things. Those are not the kind of viewers I want. I love my viewers and I feel so like-minded, like me. And basically, I live in California. Yes, I did not choose where I live, but it is beautiful here. It is gorgeous in California. I am blessed in many ways. I think that media paints a very negative picture of California, and it's not cool, but I can't help that and I can't change that. We have beautiful beaches. We have places to hike. We have the redwoods. We have fishing. We have hunting. We have snowboarding, snow skiing. Like, you can do it all here on the West Coast. We have a beautiful, beautiful land. We have farmers that make the food you're eating. It is a gorgeous state. It's called the Golden State for lots of reasons. We have sunshine. We have great weather. I don't know why California gets such a bad rap. Even my own brother moved out of California because he was sick of California and our politics. Well, I'm blooming where I'm planted, and I can be a light wherever I am, whether it be in the Midwest, the East Coast, a different country. Embrace where you are. Embrace I have no choice. My whole family is here. If I leave, I'm leaving my family. And I can't do that. I won't do that, at least not right now. I mean, RJ moved to Idaho, so that's another story. And if she finds that she's going to stay in Idaho, I need to figure out how to have a home in two places. That's all I got to say. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, because we definitely don't have, because they don't want me to sell this childhood home of theirs, which would give me those resource to buy another home. And then everyone in other states hates California. Californians, you know why? Because we sell our houses. This little 1950s house that I live in, that is very small. Okay, it was 1,200 square feet. We added an addition to make it a bit larger. It was very divided. Our kitchen used to have a wall with just a door that came into it. The storage is horrible because in the 1950s, everyone must have not been pack rats. They just had they had what they needed, and the closets were big enough and all these things. Anyway, our houses are going for so much money. It's insane. Like, I can't even, it makes me sick, to be honest. I'm like, this little house has so much equity. And it is, the houses in my tract are selling for, some of them $1 million, some of them $800,000. And they are major fixer-upper originals. Some of them are $700,000 if they're really bad. And can you imagine? So we here in California are selling our homes for this astronomical amount of money. And then we are able to go to Texas, okay, and buy a house outright, a big house outright. And Texas hates California, basically. So if the Californian people move to Texas, we need to change our license plates immediately and kind of just blend in, because they put California in a box like we're like from another planet or something. And we can't help that this is where I'm a native here. I'm a native Californian. I can't help it. I support our Dodgers. I love I love that they were in the World Series last year. It was so much fun. And I embrace what I know. I embrace it because it's all I know. So basically, that is what today's episode has become. I shared a bit in the beginning about the sunset last night that was very fiery because of the Los Angeles fires. And if you don't like me, you don't have to watch. I am who I am. I live where I live. And this is my life. Life in the Wild West. So if you have stayed this long, I thank you so much. This was a heavy topic for me. I usually talk about beautiful things in nature and love and peace. And I know that sounds so corny. I think I've been called a Christian hippie by someone, and that I embrace that. That is so true. By the way, I saw the Bob Dylan movie and it was pretty good. I really liked it. So I am a Christian hippie. I will take that title if you're going to title or put a label on me. I love Jesus, but I also have some very, groovy ways, if you will. So until next time, I really don't feel like dancing today. I know some of you have expressed you love it, but I don't, because this was a heavy topic and I don't have it in me today. So until next time, truly, truly, thank you for being here too. I love the people. I love my subscribers and my community here. I love you so much because you're kind. You are kind people, just like me. And that's what I want to have more in this world is kindness, empathy, community, support, helping one another. That's what I want. And thank you for being here for that. Until next time, peace, love, and don't give up. Don't give up. I know sometimes you might feel like giving up, but don't. Keep going.